Welcome back to another edition of the Heart and Soul in Sport with yours truly, Tony. And he's no longer a guest, he's a regular now, so.
Henry Williams.
All right, and I'm going to let Henry have it.
Well, I want to give a shout out, before we get started, give a shout out to Donovan Martin and his son Cam Martin. The job they did working with the youth football this summer, even though the team fell a little short, but the commitment that Donovan Martin and his son shows that get off your job every day and go try to help the youth football out in the community. That's a great thing. So I want to take a shout out to Donovan Martin and his son Cam for coaching the youth football in Troy, Alabama this fall.
Well, you always want to give credit to those who go above and beyond and do things that they don't necessarily have to, but they do it because they love what they do. And I imagine the dedication, the time they have to put in to do that, because they both got other things they're doing on the outside. So not enough people give credit or get credit for what they do that people don't necessarily see. Most people do things just for the sake of people seeing them, and you got people like the gentlemen and the son that you're talking about that does things because they love the community, they love what they do.
Right.
So that is commendable. Let's just dive into this already. You know our picks from last week. Let's just go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room up front. You know what? I'll take my hat off Mr. Williams. They got their ass whooped in Denny Bryan Stadium, but they put up a great fight, and that quarterback they got, Daniels, is to me, Heisman Trophy leader. He's leading the pack in the Heisman Trophy with his performance. With his he got two great receivers, but the dude played above us. Our defense struggled all night trying to contain him, and we still didn't do that good of a job of it. The only thing is we made one more play than they did, but that y'all got a good quarterback over there.
Yeah, that sound pretty good. Coming from an Alabama fan. But at the end of the day, we still came up with the L. We couldn't stop Jalen Monroe from running, and we don't have there was 3 of our starters out, but there ain't no excuse. Next man up, and football that's how it's supposed to go. And we couldn't cover a bed with a blanket.
Okay.
We couldn't cover nobody. But maybe we'll get a good bowl game this year. The Fiesta Bowl, Orange Bowl, Tangerine Bowl, Liberty Bowl.
But you know, a friend of mine that you know very well called me, and he said, "Is Henry gonna be on the show next week?" I said, "Yeah." You know it was Napo, right?
Yeah,
Napo.
Yeah, Henry Smith.
He said, "You make sure you get Henry on there." I said, "Henry gonna show up." I said, "He ain't like most people. He gonna come and take care of him." And he said, "I'm gonna watch it just to see if he gonna show up." I said, "Well, he'll show up."
Yeah, I am here, even though we lost. But hey, on to the next game.
On to the next game. I picked Alabama to win. He picked LSU, so he lost, obviously. But let's just dive in. We both picked Ohio State to beat Rutgers.
Right.
Ohio State struggled through the first half. Now, are you willing to accept what I said last time, that if an SEC team struggles, the committee has no problem dropping them, but a Big Ten, Pac-12 team struggles like Ohio State, like Washington struggled, they don't move them? Are you willing to accept this, or do you need more proof right now?
I ain't willing to accept it. I gotta have more proof.
Okay.
I gotta have more proof.
How much more proof you need? They dropped Georgia from 1 to 2, and Georgia had a tougher schedule than Ohio State. And they moved Ohio State to number 1, and Ohio State been struggling for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, but both of their schedules is basically the same. They really ain't playing anybody, until they get to Ohio State play Michigan, and Georgia play
Ole Miss this week.
Yeah, they play Ole Miss, and then they got Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what Lane Kiffin gonna do.
I agree.
Since he lost to Alabama, now he gonna try to make Georgia. He gonna try to upset Georgia, but we'll see the results on that. But I don't see that happening.
You don't think they can upset Georgia?
I don't see that happening. They're on the road. I can see if they was playing in Mississippi, but they're not playing there, so they ain't.
But Georgia has been getting off these slow starts. If you get off to a slow start with Ole Miss, you might not can recover from it.
I don't know, but Alabama got off a slow start to LSU. Look what happened to us. Right. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's how you finish the game. It ain't how you start.
Okay.
They scored 21 unanswered points against us. Just like I said earlier.
Your defense, your back end.
We can't cover a blanket on the bed.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna go back there. Now I wanted to go out to TK because he's a big LSU fan too.
Oh yeah, yes he is.
Make
too.
sure TK get a heavy dose of this.
Yeah, well he already got it. I'll
Okay.
call him and let him know.
But look at this. Texas struggled the whole day with Kansas. Kansas actually should have beat Texas. Now, true enough, Kansas is ranked number 23. Texas is ranked number 7. And Texas won because I think the Kansas quarterback got sacked on the last play and didn't get the ball out. Look, if you finna get sacked, 4th down, no time left on the clock, throw the ball in the end zone. You gotta give your receiver a chance to try to catch the ball. He gave him no chance whatsoever to catch the ball.
Yeah, he just he might as well throw it in there because one no more time on the clock. What else
Exactly.
he gonna do?
But he didn't even get it off. He just basically took the sack. See, you can't do that. And there's another team that did the exact same thing last night. We're gonna get into that in a minute ago. Because I know you ran to say something about this team. So we're gonna get into that in a minute ago. We're gonna get all right, Ole Miss beat Texas A&M. I don't know if that's a good win because Texas A&M really ain't been doing a whole lot lately. Jimbo Fisher need to go back to the ACC.
Well, for $77 million, you'll think you're paying that man that kind of money. Their program is really set up really to try to win the national championship. But he been a bust.
I agree.
He been a bust at Texas A&M. It ain't like that. He got the facilities. They got everything they need. NILs, they got a great football stadium and all that. But I'd have let him ride his contract out instead of just giving him a buyout for $77 million. And he ain't winning.
Well,
this guy probably don't even make it to a bowl game.
At the rate they going, he's not going to. Now, true enough, they was on the road. You can account for them, Texas A&M being on the road.
No, I don't give no account for that.
No account for that. Okay.
I don't give no account for that.
Okay, well, they still got beat 38. Now, they took Ole Miss to the wire. They took them to the last play of the game for Ole Miss to win that. But as you say, a win is a win, regardless of how you get it.
All they say about horse races, all you got to do is win by nose.
Okay. That's a good analogy. Now, Notre Dame got beat by Clemson. Is that now? I think I picked Notre Dame. I think we both picked Notre Dame. Matter of fact.
Oh yeah, we both picked Notre Dame.
So we both got
the Fighting Irish. But Dabo Swinney, he's still fighting for a bowl game himself. Let him take his ride around the track and give his team a hooray. But he's still on the downside. He's fighting for a bowl game too.
Maybe Notre Dame is just not that good.
No, Notre Dame, no, they're not that good.
But every year they put them up there to be that good. They want them to be that good. Though.
Yeah, right. They want to. Yeah, the critics, the analysts,
they
are not playing the game.
Well, they're infatuated with Notre Dame for some reason. No matter how bad Notre Dame plays the year before, no matter how many times they get beat in a bowl game, they put them right back in the top 10. Somehow they try to justify them being there. And I really don't know how they keep doing it, but, well, I know how they keep doing it. And then we're going to get into the committee, because I keep telling everybody the committee is biased. I'm not going to move off that. I mean, you probably going to butt head. I just think the committee is biased against the SEC. I just don't think they want an SEC team in there.
I think the committee favor the SEC.
How?
They always want to put Alabama in there. They're always trying to squeeze them in some kind of way.
But they ain't did it yet.
No, you know why? Because their record don't allow them to do it.
Well, they 8-1.
Yeah, I said, that's now. That's right now. That's right now. You still got a couple more games left.
Come on, really.
But you know what?
LSU the hardest team we were going to play.
But you know what? The analysts, the people that's supposed to be professionals at this thing, they say Alabama is favorite to win a national championship.
They ain't even in the top 4. How can you favor a team that ain't in the top 4?
That was the analysts saying. The the ones that are not on the field playing the game.
Yeah.
That's what they saying.
Right.
Alabama's winning to favorite. They got them already beating Georgia already.
But can't they play the game first?
Yeah, right. They need to play the game first because they play Kentucky, and then you play Chattanooga.
There we go.
Here we go. Then you play Chattanooga.
Yeah, but look what we look at the stretch we just come off of.
Oh, there is no stress. It's all.
But there ain't no stretch.
It's all college
Play
football.
LSU, Tennessee, Ole Miss, all them ranked teams.
Yeah, you had a bye week. Yeah.
You had a bye week too.
Yeah, but you got you play Chattanooga.
Well, you need a bye week. Who do y'all play this week?
I don't know who we
I'll find out. Don't worry about it. I'll find out.
Yeah.
You ain't got to stress yourself out. And it better be some team better than Chattanooga too.
Oh, they gotta be better than Chattanooga.
Probably Army again.
No. No. Yeah, that's another team I picked. I picked Army over Air Force.
Yeah, that
Army won.
Oh, they won?
Oh yeah, of course they did.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you got one. You got one, right? Then we got Tennessee beat. Doesn't matter who they beat. I don't even know the team name. Got a wolf as a mascot. Who's that?
That's UConn.
Okay, they beat UConn 59-3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is some teams. Oklahoma. You got Army beat Air Force 23-3. That's who they Army played?
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, you would vote.
Yeah, United States Army.
Georgia struggled with Missouri 21-30. Missouri had a chance to win that game too.
Well, they played good up to the third quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and then the game got away from them. But Missouri pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
But
So you don't think Ole Miss can give them a better fight than Missouri?
no,
Really?
Ole Miss ain't consistent enough.
Missouri ain't either.
Yeah, well, we can see what's gonna happen. Ole Miss play Georgia this week
Okay.
in Athens, so we'll see what's gonna happen.
Okay, I get that. Then we got Florida State, which has been struggling mightily, and I think I'm being modest when I say struggling. But Florida State, who did Florida State play? I'm weak here. Well, Florida State played Pitt, beat them 24-7.
Yeah, remember we talked about it last week. They ain't had nobody since they had Tony Dorsett.
Yep.
And that was back in the 70s.
Oklahoma State upset Oklahoma.
Well, man, you pick Oklahoma State.
Exactly.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about Florida State.
Great.
People don't talk about them that much. Mm-hmm. And I said it earlier in the year.
You said they should be number one.
I said that they should be number one and they're the best team in the country. And they're going to prove themselves at the end. Everything got to play out. They got to play Miami.
Miami's a joke.
Yeah, well.
They just got ran.
Yeah, but that's a rivalry game, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Georgia and Georgia Tech is a rivalry game too. Georgia Tech ain't won yet.
Yeah, well.
All right, then we got the rest of them. Oregon beat Cal 63-19. Really ain't no big shot.
Yeah.
Kansas beat Iowa.
Kansas beat Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have won that. Bo Nix going to end up in New York for the Heisman.
Oregon. Yeah. I don't see Oregon winning anything.
Bowl game.
Well, not championship though.
Oh, no, bowl game.
Then the Wolverines beat Purdue 41-13. We both picked Michigan. Washington struggled with USC 52-42. That was no defense being played in this game whatsoever. Washington pulled away in the fourth quarter, and USC kept making dumb mistakes over and over again. Because actually USC had the lead at one point, and then they turned the ball over. And Washington got a good quarterback too. Don't sleep on that quarterback Washington got.
Yeah, he might be in New York. But Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, no defense still. You'll think that he'll correct that. But Still the same Lincoln Riley.
He ain't correct yet.
The last 2 weeks they almost gave her 100 points in 2 games.
Yeah, that's true. They have done that now.
100 points in 2 games.
Let's talk about a team that's just fell completely out. Colorado.
Oh, the Colorado Buffaloes.
They have just, Oregon State beat them 26-19, which it wasn't that close. Colorado scored like in the fourth quarter last. But I'm gonna tell you this: I watched that game. That was poor coaching. Before halftime, you throw the ball, you stop the clock, you give Oregon State ball right back. Guess what they do? They come down and score a touchdown. Run the ball, burn the clock, go into halftime. You're gonna get the ball back in the third quarter. It's bad clock management.
Yeah, but they talked about he fired his offensive coordinator. But what happened in the first 3 games? The coordinator was good, wasn't he?
I thought so.
Yeah, when he was leading the nation in passing, then all of a sudden the coordinator ain't no good.
It's the old saying, I gotta blame somebody.
Yeah, well,
They scapegoat is the coordinator.
yeah, but they still running the same plays that they scored all them points against TCU. Played the first game. They scored 40-some points against USC.
Oklahoma. USC was the second. They had it was 2 of them. It was USC and was it Oklahoma right behind them, or was it Oregon?
No,
It was another team that was right behind them. I can't quite remember. What was that in week what?
no, they lost good. They lost good to Oregon. They ain't stand no chance with Oregon. Oregon just came in and just.
I think they gave Oklahoma a halfway decent fight.
No, they ain't played Oklahoma.
They ain't played Oklahoma yet. Who was that team they played? Let me find out. And we ain't even got a guess at it.
Yeah, they played TCU.
TCU wasn't no good anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, they put up 40 points in them, but the coordinator was good then.
Oh, it was
the coordinator
great.
was great. Great when they played USC, and they almost came back and won.
They would have played the whole game. They would have won instead of playing half of the game.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, the
offensive coordinator no good.
The offensive coordinator ain't no good. And it's time to take a look. You know, they say that the offensive line or the defensive line can't get to the quarterback. The offensive line can't block.
There was 48-41 against USC. If they would have played the first half, they would have beat USC. Oregon was 42-6 or some crazy number. They never had a chance in that game. But now, you need an escape. You need a scapegoat. You need somebody that you can put blame on and not put it on yourself, and that's what they just did.
Yeah, because the show ain't no blame on the coordinator. Because at one time he was leading the nation in passing. Then all of a sudden something wrong with the coordinator.
Well,
it's time to take a look. It's time to take a look and do an assessment and evaluation of the whole team. Really, they ain't that good. And then I don't understand that the quarterback, even though it's his son, whatever, but you can't be backpedaling.
Nah.
Either you might well go down right there and try to save some yards, or just throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's another thing you need to do. You need to start throwing the ball out of bounds. He's taking a lot of hits too. A lot of hits.
I think he got hurt in that game.
A lot of hits.
Yeah. Deion done wrote a check out his team can't cash. That's all it is. He hyped them up, his style and fashion. How about you worry about coaching? Because if you would have coached that touchdown that Oregon State got before half, they wouldn't have got. You poor clock management. Throw, run, ball, especially when you know you're going to get it in the second half, you're going to get the ball first.
Right.
Do they know, and you know football just like I do, when you let a team score at half, the momentum has shifted now.
Right.
They got it. You fighting to get it back. And I know the score was like 26-19, but that was a garbage touchdown in the fourth quarter that didn't make that bit of difference. And Deion Sanders came out and said it was his fault about the clock management. But you ain't had a defense all year.
No, he had no defense all year. Then, like I said, go back to that bed again with that blanket. They can't cover a bed with a blanket.
Sometimes you can put too much hype on your team and build an expectation they can't reach. And I think that's what Deion Sanders did. He built the expectation that they couldn't reach.
Yeah, right, because they're not there yet.
No.
No.
Well, let's get into the next week games, and I know you're gonna love these. Alabama at Kentucky. You know who I'm gonna pick. I got the King. Everybody see the big A up there. They see the A on the shirt, so you know I'm going to Alabama. Now, this is gonna be funny, y'all. He know Kentucky can't beat Alabama. He knows this. Watch who he picks.
Oh man, man, I'm going with the Kentucky.
Well, I tell you, even he know they can't win.
You're right.
He's still gonna go against Alabama, even though they can't win.
I just got to go against it.
See, I picked the win.
Bluegrass State.
The Bluegrass State gonna get beat. That's what they gonna get beat.
Yeah, this is their national championship. If they can just knock off the Tide.
You want them to knock off the Tide.
Yeah, everybody in Kentucky do too.
Okay, that's fine. Now, unfortunately, it's not going. Napo, you hear that? Napo in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Napo, you hear that? He want to knock them off.
Yeah,
so when Alabama beats Kentucky, Napo, I'm gonna give you a phone number. I want you to call in next week, next Monday. I want you to call in so you can tell Henry what you think about his pick.
Yeah. Tell Napo to send me a shirt. Send me a Kentucky shirt after Kentucky upset Alabama.
Yeah, that's a shirt you won't be getting. All right, then we got Michigan at Penn State. I'm going to take Michigan. I have no faith in Franklin at Penn State.
Yeah, we're going to see how good Penn State is. And they ranked number what?
11? 8-1?
Yeah, they're ahead of Ole Miss?
No, Ole Miss ranked 10.
Yeah, we're going to see how good they is. Mm-hmm. Well, one thing they is going to do, they're going to sell out that stadium, and they're going to have them, they're going to be white out and all that. Oh, man, I can just imagine that atmosphere over there.
Mm. All right, let's talk about another college team that fell off the mat, the Miami Hurricanes. They were ranked pretty high at one point. Now they ain't even ranked. They're going against the number 4 team in the country, which is Florida State. I'm going to go with Florida State. I don't think Miami can get out of their own way.
Well, that's a rivalry game now, but I'm still taking the Seminoles.
Oh, that's a good pick. Now this one should be good. Number 18 Utah against number 5 Washington at Washington. See, the cold don't matter because both of them playing cold weather. So I'm gonna take Utah because Washington is due. Washington just barely winning by the skin of their teeth. So I'm gonna go with Utah on this one.
Man, I'm gonna take the Washington Huskies.
Of course you're gonna take it.
Yeah, they're playing at home, man. Gotta give them that.
Number 17 Tennessee going against number 12 Missouri at Missouri.
Tennessee, they like the stock market. They're up and down. They ain't on.
I'm gonna go with Missouri. Both of them 7-2.
Yeah, I'll take Missouri.
Okay, we got on that. Oklahoma State against UCF. Oklahoma State.
You know who coached UCF?
Who?
The coach that used to coach at Auburn.
The one that coached last year, before they got the coach this year?
Yeah.
Who was that coach?
Gus Malzahn.
Well,
yeah, Gus Malzahn. He down there at UCF.
And that's why they not winning.
Yeah, he down there at UCF.
He can stay down there. He didn't do nothing up here.
Yeah, he lost his job messing around with Bo Nix. But
Bo Nix seems like they're doing a lot better in Oregon than he did in Auburn.
Yeah, because the offense wasn't running right. He need to run around a little bit. He need to get more weapons.
Stanford at Oregon.
Oh, I'm taking
Oregon. Ole Miss, number 10 at number 2 Georgia.
Oh, I'm taking the Bulldogs. Lane Kiffin, some reason for the big games, he just can't beat Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. But I know one coach he can beat though. He beat them 3 times. That's Jumbo Fisher. Boy, man, he can beat Jumbo Fisher. He beat him 3 years in a row.
I'm going with the upset. I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
I figure you would. Yeah, I figure you'll take Ole Miss because you want Georgia to drop. But
I don't want Georgia to drop.
Yeah.
But I think Ole Miss is past. Georgia been playing with teams too much. That's gonna eventually catch up with you sooner or later. So I'm going with the upset. West Virginia at Oklahoma. Nah, it's Oklahoma. You gonna take Oklahoma. You ain't gonna go. You're not gonna go West Virginia. I'm not gonna even ask that. Michigan State at number 1 Ohio.
Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
And you know Ohio State gonna beat Michigan State. They can't even get a coach.
Yeah. Texas at TCU. I'm gonna take Texas. I don't think TCU is any good.
No, TCU, they ain't doing nothing.
Florida at number 14, LSU. I'm gonna take LSU. I just don't have no. I don't think Florida got it. You see how I do things? I'm not an LSU fan, but I'm picking to win. See, he's not picking to win because he's gonna pick Kentucky over Alabama, knowing Kentucky can't win this game. But he can't bring himself to pick Alabama though. That's blasphemy for him.
Yeah, it sure is. I just can't. I'm looking for any team that'll settle. I hope they lose to Chattanooga, but
that's Chattanooga.
That's almost impossible.
But you gonna still pick Chattanooga?
No, I ain't gonna pick Chattanooga.
Oh man, you probably won't even pick. You won't even. That's the one game next week he won't pick. He'll just forfeit that one. He's just not gonna even pick that game. USC at Oregon. I'll take Oregon.
Yeah, I'll take Oregon.
We'll
play some defense.
Every now and then. All right. We got our picks in. Now let's get to the game that really count. Let's go in reverse. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys first. Let's just get that out the way right now. The Eagles beat Dallas last night. Well, not last night, but they beat them. It was last night. That's the late game, right?
Yeah.
That's the late game. The Eagles did everything in their power to get that game away.
Yeah, they tried to get it away, but the Cowboys still didn't want it.
Well, that's
the Eagles put the game in their hand. Just gave it to them.
Yeah, they did that.
They still ain't want to win. Now, how do you get down on the 1 yard line twice and can't get in?
You trying to take a shot at Matt? It seems like you're trying to take a shot at Matt. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, Matt always said, well, we could have won, but at the end of the day, you took the L. And then on the 2-point conversion,
he stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out of bounds instead of him running into the guy that was chasing him, and the guy that was chasing with him knocked him into the end zone. But he tried to avoid contact. But I thought football was a contact sport, right?
That's what I thought.
You trying to run out of bounds. Your job is just to get in the end zone. He tried to get there, but he didn't know that he stepped out. So they get the ball again to go down there. Still can't get in. Remember I told you last week, 1 week they're going to play great.
Yeah.
And the next week, they're going to throw an egg.
They did it. But Dak didn't throw no interception, though.
Oh, no,
now,
that's one thing he didn't do.
Wrong.
No, that's one thing he didn't do. Now, he didn't throw no interception. But they played the Eagles real tough. But at the end of the day,
still on the L train.
Still on the L train.
The thing about Dak is the one thing I found that was wrong with him is besides he stepped out of bounds, is you got no timeout. You gotta know clock and time management. You gotta know that information.
Right.
30 seconds left, you can't take a sack. That's the one thing. You got no timeout, time running out. You can't take a sack. When he took that sack, he rushed him back to the line. He should have spiked the ball. It'd have been 3rd down. You were going for 4th down anyway. You got no choice.
Right.
Why not just spike the ball and get your offense set? You rushed in there, then you got a penalty. Now you went from the 11-yard line to the 30-yard line. 5 seconds left. Now you got to throw a Hail Mary. The Eagles are lined up in a 3-8. That means 3 down linemen. They got 8 in the secondary. Right. You're not going to complete that pass. And when you complete it, you're not going anywhere.
No, because all 8 of them tackled. Tackled the wide receiver.
What's his name? Because he led the Dallas in receiving.
Yeah,
his name started with a C. His last name started with a C.
Yeah.
I cannot think of that dude's name.
He lead them every year.
But he ain't leading them anywhere. They still on the L train.
No, you know where they need to come back though?
Who that?
But they say he hurt. Deuce. The guy that got from Kansas.
Because they didn't even run the ball yesterday. They couldn't run the ball at all yesterday. And that's the sad thing about it. They could not run the ball with any success. They had 73 total yards, and that's with 4 players combined. CeeDee Lamb, he's the one that was killing them yesterday. But two people ain't gonna beat 11. It's gonna be hard to do that. They got no running game. Can't blame Elliott because he's not here. No running game exists. Pollard is average at best. I'm being nice when I say average. He's average at best. So who do you blame now? Mike McCarthy is not a good coach. He wasn't that good in Green Bay. You just had a good quarterback. You had good receivers. Now you don't have those elements. Look at how he played. Look how he coached now. You was down. Now this is when you know your coach is garbage. 2 times you could have kicked a field goal. That's 6 points you left on the board. The last second with 5 seconds left, if you'd have kicked those 2 field goals, that third field goal would have won the game for you.
Yeah, but they couldn't.
Well, you couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, right. They couldn't execute.
Well, they didn't do that. That's for
They
sure.
couldn't execute. But they got all them stars over there on their helmet and all that. Man, they take some of them stars off there.
Well, they did. They took a few of them off yesterday.
Yeah, no Jerry. I didn't see him on the news last night.
Well, there's no point for him showing up.
Yeah.
All right, the team that everybody hyped up that's not doing anything is the Dolphins. You had a chance to solidify yourself against Kansas City. You are, I think, 5-0 against teams under 500, and you got a losing record with teams over 500. So what did that say? You got Tua Tagovailoa, you got Waddle, you got
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. You got the weapons. Why can you not beat a team that's above 500?
They just can't do it. They got their running back hurt, A-Chain. But he's a breakaway runner. And so, but at the end, 2 of them, they just can't beat him. They just can't beat him. After they scored them 73 points and all of them was getting them all that height. Yeah, of course you scored 73 points against the Broncos, but
Yeah,
you ain't playing them every week. So,
that's right.
So, you right where you need to be. Tyreek Hill, he talking all that stuff, what he gonna do. He didn't do much.
Fumbled the ball,
He did that.
and they took it back for a touchdown.
They did that.
So how about let your play speak for you and quit running your mouth?
That's all you gotta do, cause your play gonna show up on the field anyway. It ain't gonna show up on
That's right.
the internet, YouTube.
The thing about him is Kansas. You played for Kansas City. They know your strength and your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they were going to allow you to beat them of all people? They let him. They double teamed him. They had a safety. It was a safety over the top. You weren't going to take the top off that defense.
No, they did that.
Yeah.
They let him run vertically, sideways,
Yeah. Because
sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
That way, you ain't running north and south. You running east and west,
That's right.
and you can't get there.
You ain't going to the end zone. You need to run north and south.
Right.
So they took the top. It was a cover 2 with 2 high safeties, and they had all the coverage rolled to you because they said if Waddle, we think we can cover you 1-on-1. We'll let you beat us. You ain't gonna beat us though.
Right.
You did all that talking during the week, and once again, Deion Sanders, you wrote a check out your team couldn't cash.
Mm-hmm.
Now Kansas didn't light it up either. Now Patrick Mahomes played average.
Right.
Because if it weren't for that pick 6, it would have been 14-14 with them driving on the last play. But like you said against Dallas, Miami couldn't execute.
Right.
They couldn't even get the snap on 4th down. That sealed the game for you. Ravens beat Seattle 37-3. Not a shock in any point.
No, that's really not a shock, but I expect Geno to play better.
Maybe the Ravens defense is better than people think it is.
Yeah, I still think the Ravens just need one more wide receiver. Just one more wide receiver.
The deadline, the trade deadline over with, right?
Yeah, right.
So if they get one, you got to get one off waivers now that's on the street.
Well, they're not there.
All right, the Browns beat the Cardinals 27-0. Did Deshaun Watson play?
No, he didn't play.
The Cardinals are just that bad.
Yeah,
They 1-8, I think.
yeah, Tyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have played baseball. Yeah, he should have played baseball. He can't take the hits. He
Can't
can't
take the hits.
take the hits. He's been out for a long time.
Do we need to start calling him what Charles Barkley called AD Street Clothes? It's about time to give him that nickname, Street Clothes.
Because every time you see me on sideline holding a headset,
Okay. The Texans beat the Buccaneers, and Stroud, I kept telling him when he came out of Ohio State, I said, this dude should be the number 1 pick. And I took him over Bryce Young, actually, because I've actually seen this guy play. Athleticism is crazy. His arm strength is crazy. We seen what Bryce Young doing. Going number 1 is not always a good thing because you ain't going to a good team now.
Right.
This dude went to Texas. He took him on a game-winning drive. That was a great pass he threw. Great sideline pass he threw between the cornerback and the safety. Is there anything else need to be said about this young man?
No. The Carolina Panthers, they wanted to draft C.J. Stroud. They called him on the phone and everything. And no, he wanted to go, but the owner got involved with the general manager and saying, no, we're gonna get
Bryce Young.
And that's how C.J. Stroud ended up in Texas.
He did a better job.
Huh?
He picked a better place because
Yeah.
even if he went to Carolina don't have an offensive line. They don't have a defense. They don't have any weapons. He wouldn't have been successful over there.
Yeah, but at least he is at the Texans, and so they got a chance to build around him.
Exactly.
You can see what he can do.
That's right.
But Bryce Young,
they'll trade him before they get any weapons over there.
yeah, shoot, he don't have enough time
Nah.
right now as a rookie, and I don't see them getting no better in the next 5 years. But with the contract expire, I hope he throws some good numbers so he can go somewhere else before they hurt him.
1 touchdown, 3 interceptions yesterday. Now, I have to see these interceptions because the receiver hit him in the chest and it bounced off. You're not gonna win. Nobody's gonna win in Carolina. You gotta have receivers. You gotta have a running back. You gotta have a defense. You gotta have an offensive line who can block for more than a half second. You don't have any of that, your success rate is 0.
But they was paying over there when they had Cam Newton and Olsen, tight end, and then they had McCaffrey and all them, and all of a sudden the whole roster disappeared.
And McCaffrey is at 49ers doing what he did.
Olsen retired.
And Steve Smith retired.
Yep, and Steve Smith and Cam Newton, he retired.
So if you get the number 1 draft pick, would you trade down? Because one player ain't gonna help you right now. I would trade down for more picks.
I'll trade down for more picks.
Yeah, I would too. Because if you get a star receiver, you still can't block.
Right, you still can't block. Bryce Young's still back there running around by himself.
And he's gonna continue.
He ain't got no blocking.
He got no blocking. All right, the Bears beat the Saints. The Bears lost to the Saints. That quarterback the Bears got is pitiful. 3 interceptions, 1 fumble. And this is the crazy part about it. You turned the ball over that many times and you only lost by 7 points. So if you take half those turnovers and you don't do it, you're liable to win that game. Because the Saints quarterback, what's that clown name?
Justin Hill?
No. That's the backup. What's the one that they got from the Raiders?
Who, Carr?
Yeah, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is pitiful.
Yeah, that's why they traded him. But Josh McDaniels, he traded Carr for no reason though. Carr should have still been over there.
And what did happen to Josh McDaniels?
Yeah, well, he right where he needs to be. He take some more coaches with him.
But the Vikings beat the Falcons and they put the quarterback that came from Tennessee. They put him in. When they benched him first and then they put him back in the game because the quarterback they had in there wasn't doing anything. What's the guy that came from Tennessee cut about 2 years ago? You ain't even got to guess, so I'll tell you right in a second.
No, Dobbs.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs. He led them on a game-winning drive.
Yeah, I watched the game yesterday. Oh, shoot, he did a good job.
Why did they bench him the first time then?
They're just trying to make a statement or whatever, but they found out. They had to put him back in there.
Mm-hmm. The Commandos, is the Patriots done?
Yeah, it's over with for him.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's all over. But you know what? They're gonna have some great coordinators next year.
I can believe that.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels, he's going back there. And Matt Nutrition.
Really?
Yeah.
He came from New England.
Yeah, and then he took the job at Detroit, and they got rid of him.
Fired.
Right, same thing, Josh McDaniels. So maybe they can build back up and see can they ride the ship one more time. Matt Nutrition and
Belichick got to go there.
And Josh McDaniels.
No,
you put all 3 of them together. Belichick, they won 6 or 7 Super Bowls with Brady, so
You ain't got no Brady that early.
I know. So maybe they could rekindle.
Rekindle nothing. Get rid of him. They won't get rid of him. They just gave him a contract extension, so they ain't getting rid of him. So,
Yeah.
The Panthers got beat by the Colts 27-13. Colts and the Cardinals are running for worst record, and both of them are 1-8, I think. Or I know the Cardinals 1-8, and I think the Carolinas 1-7. So both of them going to see who can get the number 1 draft pick.
Right.
The Giants messed up when they drafted that quarterback they had. What's his name? I can't think of it, but I will. I'll tell you just a second. We ain't gonna even guess at it. His quarterback is Daniel Jones. Remember they gave him that contract in the regular season and didn't give Saquon Barkley his contract.
Right.
Put the franchise tag on Saquon Barkley.
Right.
This dude is hurt again.
Yeah, I know he's gonna be hurt next year too. Same way.
Is there any market out there for Daniel Jones? Is there any team that if we get this guy, we'll be a contender? Is he in that market? I don't think he's in that market.
No, he ain't in that market, but the analysts try to put him in that market, but he ain't in that market.
Why? He's not good.
He got a great contract.
Now he got that. Now he's got a great contract, but he's not good at this point. The Sunday night game. I know you itching to get this. The Bills and the Bengals. Your boy showed out last night. The Bengals quarterback that came from LSU, won a championship the other day.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow showed out.
Oh yeah. No, he played good.
What happened to the one on the other side, Mr. Allen?
Oh, throwing the ball to the other team again.
Do it every time.
He throwing the ball to the other team again. Got 6'5", 200-some pounds. They build him up and all that. And they remind me of so much of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They can beat some mediocre teams.
Yep.
But when it's time to play the good teams, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win. They got one wide receiver over there, Stephon Diggs. He wants the ball every time. And Josh Allen throw the ball so his numbers can go up or whatever. But you can't win that way.
No.
You can't win that way.
He's not a team player. Is he just playing for another contract with another team? Because the Diggs and Josh Allen is a average quarterback. Nobody wants to hear this. I know the people in Buffalo don't want to hear this. He's
Right.
average.
Well, they won't win no Super Bowl with it. I guarantee you that. Unless they get some more players.
Need another quarterback. In my opinion, you need another quarterback.
Well, I think he can take him there if he just managed the game. Quit throwing the ball to the other team and try to make hero plays.
Right, you trying to ask him to do something he ain't gonna do.
Yeah, well, he trying to make hero plays all by himself.
And he's at home all by himself when the playoffs come.
He gonna be there this year too.
Hard to disagree with that. Let's run through these next week games because I'm gonna get back on Dallas when we get through with this because Dallas need more attention. I don't think we gave them enough attention.
No, they're gonna get some.
They're gonna we're gonna get back. Thursday night game, Panthers at the Bears. Both of them are pathetic. Panthers 1-7, Bears 2-7. Doesn't even matter. You put them in that little bowl, shake it up, and whichever one fall out.
Yeah, that's about how that's gonna go. But it's a game tonight.
Who played tonight?
Your favorite quarterback, Justin Herbert.
That's something that don't stop me. You like make me say something.
Justin Herbert played tonight. The Chargers and
the Jets.
The Chargers and the Jets to play.
I'll take the Jets.
You ain't taking Justin Herbert?
I don't like Jets. I told you this dude is garbage.
But he threw more passes in 3 years than almost any quarterback in NFL history.
I understand that.
He got the numbers.
He's garbage. That ain't gonna change my opinion about it.
So you taking the Jets?
I'm taking the Jets. You take the Chargers.
I'm gonna take Justin Herbert.
I'll take the Jets defense over him.
I'm gonna take Justin Herbert. Let's see what he's gonna do.
I don't want nothing. He ain't got nothing he can do for me. Not a doggone thing. We got the Colts and the Patriots. I just think the Colts can beat the Patriots.
Yeah, the Colts gonna beat the Patriots where they should.
Texans at the Bengals. I think Stroud look.
No, he ain't ready for that. He ain't ready for Joe Burrow yet.
But we want to mention that
but who knows?
he led I think he's the first rookie that threw for 470 yards, 5 touchdowns, in his rookie year. I think he leads that right now.
Yeah.
So but it's gonna come to an end in Cincinnati now. They playing in Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna win that.
No, I ain't gonna win that.
You gotta play lights out.
He ain't gonna play that. I don't think he got enough weapons to play lights out. You need to get Megatron. You need to get a big receiver they had over there that they traded for some stupid reason. Who was that? Who was that receiver that Houston traded? Because they got mad with him.
Oh, Hopkins?
Yeah, that was stupid in themselves. Packers at the Steelers. I'm on.
Bill O'Brien made that decision.
And that's why he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he was general manager.
He had too much power.
Yeah, right, he did. And sometimes power ain't good for you.
It ain't good. He tried to do Belichick. He tried to do what Belichick did.
Yeah, but sometimes power ain't good.
People.
Sometimes the coaches don't know how to control power.
I agree.
Power is just power. That don't mean you got to abuse somebody because you got the power, or trade them because you don't like them.
That's right.
But their franchise almost went under if the owners didn't get him out of there. Then he had the nerve to go. He should have stayed there at the University of Alabama.
For what?
Huh?
For what?
For you could be in the cellar.
That's exactly who was there with him. I don't need him there. But we got the Packers and the Steelers. I'm gonna take the Steelers at home. Now I don't trust their quarterback, but I don't trust the Packers either.
Is what's called back this week?
Who there?
The corner, number 39, came from Alabama.
I know who you talking about. Is he back?
Sartain?
It ain't him. I know who you talking about though. Is he back? Well, I didn't know he was hurt.
Oh yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, number 39.
Hope he's back. I'm still taking the Steelers at home though.
Yeah.
Titans at the Buccaneers. Both of them 3-5. Neither one of them any good.
I picked them last week. Derrick Henry now.
They lost last week too. No, they won last week. Then.
No, they lost. They let me down.
I'm going back with the Titans though. The Browns at the Ravens. I think the Ravens is hitting their stride right now. I'm taking the Ravens.
The Browns play the Ravens tough sometimes.
They play them tough every time.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, will he be back this week?
Haven't heard yet. I'm going with the quarterback that's healthy.
Yeah, $260 million. Think he'll play a game.
Okay. 49ers at the Jaguars. Okay, I've been picking against Sunshine for the longest. I'm finna surprise you. I'm taking Jacksonville on this game.
You taking Jacksonville?
I'm taking Jacksonville.
Over
the 49ers. I think the 49ers quarterback doesn't start coming back down to earth now.
Well, he never left the earth. The critics and all that put him in the Hall of Fame like he was going to be something great and all that. Guess what he started doing?
Throwing interception.
Throwing the ball to the other team.
And that's what he's still doing.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
So I'm going to take Jaguars at home. I just think Sunshine has finally figured it out. I think Lawrence has figured it out, and I think he's playing. Jacksonville got a good defense too now.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he playing pretty good.
You gonna take
hard on Trevor? You was hard on Trevor.
Oh, I was riding pretty hard now.
Yeah, man, you was hard on Trevor. But he coming through now.
He ain't coming through. He ain't gonna win anything. Now he'll win that division because Titans, the Texans, and who was the other one in that? It's Jaguars, Titans, Texans. Why can I never think of that fourth team that's in there?
Well, it don't matter.
No, it really don't matter.
They got to be at the bottom.
They at the bottom because I can't.
Yeah, you can't remember.
All right, so I'm going to take Jacksonville. You going to take the 49ers?
No, I'm not taking the 49ers. I'm not taking them until Debo and them come back.
That ain't going to happen. Is McCaffrey back yet?
Yeah, he should be back this week.
I'm still thinking Jaguars. The Saints and the Vikings. I don't really think it matters on this team. But I'm going to take the Vikings.
Yeah, I'll take the Vikings.
The Falcons at the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Falcons even though they got beat yesterday. I'm going to still take the Falcons over the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Falcons should win.
Lions at the Chargers. I'm going with the Lions. I'm not going to never. I'm going to do you just like you do Alabama. I don't care if I think they can beat them. I'm not taking the Chargers. Under no circumstances am I going to take the Chargers.
You're not taking Justin Herbert?
I am not going to take Herbert. I'm going to go again. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions on that.
See, you do all this talking and you wind up taking the same team you try to ridicule me at.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions on that.
The Giants and the Cowboys. The Cowboys should win this game.
Oh, they really should.
They should.
Oh, they really should win. But who knows what'll happen?
With them, it's up and down.
You know, who knows what'll happen? You know, they'll throw an egg every now and then.
But they did that last night. So
Yeah, they'll throw an egg.
If the Giants beat the Cowboys at home, if the Cowboys at home and the Giants beat them, is their season over with?
Yeah, the season should be over with.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
There's no reason you should get beat by the Giants under no circumstances.
No circumstances.
The Commodores against the Seattle Seahawks.
I'll take the Commodores.
I'm gonna take Seattle at home.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take the Commodores.
The Jets at the Raiders. The Raiders got new life with that new head coach they got over there.
Yeah, well, you better get them a ventilator.
I'm gonna take the Jets. I'm gonna take the Jets. The last Monday night game, the Broncos at the Bills. I don't think nobody would take the Broncos at this point.
The Broncos over the Bills.
They at the Bills, yeah.
Yeah, well, you think the Bills will win, but
Thought they win last night too.
Yeah, if Jerry Jeudy show up, they might can win.
If Russell Wilson stopped throwing interception, they could win.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
Right, then that's something there. All right, that's all the games. We're gonna spend the last 10 minutes on the Cowboys.
Well,
I'm gonna let you have it. You're more of an expert on the Cowboys than I am. I don't really watch them too much.
yeah, well, I watch them all the time. I've been watching since '96.
All right.
Yeah, they ain't won nothing.
Okay.
You buy all the gear, you can do whatever you want to do. Every year they say the same thing. One thing about Stephen A. Smith, he is consistent on the Cowboys
Consistent.
because he know what they gonna do. They've been doing it since '96. Ever since Tony Romo fumbled that.
The butt fumble.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When he couldn't even run in the end zone, the man caught him from behind.
Oh yeah, that was an NFC championship game, wasn't it?
Right. All he had to do was put the ball on the ground. He couldn't. He tried to run in. He didn't make
it
it.
that slow.
He didn't
This
make
guy
it.
came from the other side
The other side
and ran him down.
and ran him down from behind, and he was on the 5-yard line.
That was embarrassing. There.
So since '96, they almost made it. Every year they do the same thing. Hype him up. This our team. This America's team. Jerry on TV promoting them real well. Was that what he's supposed to do? But at the end of the day,
L train.
they still losing. They still losing. At some point, do you think America needs to change their team?
I would.
The Patriots were red, white, and blue when Brady was winning. Why they couldn't be America's team?
Patriotic, if nothing else.
Right.
Every year, the Cowboys fans, they get delusional. We going to the Super Bowl. Before the season starts, we going to the Super Bowl. What do they have this based on? Do they see something that we don't see?
What word you use?
Delusional.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. They think they're going. They want to go, but they're not going up there.
They sell tickets from them. They can buy a ticket like anybody else.
Yeah, they need to play the Super Bowl in Texas Stadium down there with Jerry at.
They'll make revenue.
Yeah.
They'll never participate in it though.
Yeah, they'll never participate.
All right, what is to me now, the two main biggest problems with the Cowboys is the quarterback and the owner. They're not moving with those two.
No, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win no. They're not gonna win no Super Bowl with Dak Prescott back there.
No.
No. Mm-mm. No. I don't see that happening.
I don't either. I think the owner is too involved in what. Who does the press conference? Mike McCarthy or Jerry Jones?
Jerry need to turn the team over to his son, and just sit in the background, talk to his son, and make adjustments and all that. But he don't want to be in the spotlight every week and all that. Jerry Jones 80 years old, man. So when he gonna turn the team over? When?
He's burying it.
When?
The draft picks. I just think that as long as they got them two, they're not gonna win the Super Bowl.
They ain't gonna
not even win it. I don't even see them getting to it.
I don't see them getting there either. I don't see them. Now the best opportunity they got is really this year.
I agree.
Even though they lost yesterday, but they still make the playoffs. But this would be their best year for them to try to make noise in the playoff. Even though they be a wild card or whatever, because the 49ers, they might not make it. So that's the team to be knocking them off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not going to make it.
But in order for the Cowboys, in my opinion, to be some kind of a threat, I think they need home field advantage.
Without
the whole, I'm talking about, you got to have the number one.
Right.
Not the number two, because even the number 2 seed got to go to the number 1 seed and play them.
Right.
I think they need the number 1 seed.
They need number 1 seed throughout.
Yeah.
But you ain't got to worry about never giving the number 1 seed.
Well, they ain't going to get that.
And Matt Jordan, you know, me and him real good friends. I got great respect for him. You know, as a person, as a man, as a friend. But every year, you know, he go through the same thing. He just go through it. And every year he still cheer for him. But I love you, man, as a friend, man. But man, pick you another team. Please do.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Right.
That's what Cowboys fans do every year. I got a friend, Jerry Lewis, and I know he gonna get on me about this. For the first game, we going to the Super Bowl. I ain't played the first game yet. Every time they lose, they never lose their expectation of Super Bowl. Until they get a personally eliminated, and then they say next year.
That's what they've been saying since 1996. Stephen A. Smith be calling them out. But you know what they do have? They got the number 1 paraphernalia jerseys. The apparel, they got all the jerseys sold, everything. The colors look good and all that. The blue with the white star on the hat. But America, you listening? We need another team.
Maybe they need to change the uniform. Maybe
It ain't the uniform. It ain't the uniform. It's not the uniform.
So it's the individual wearing the uniform.
It's the individuals that wearing the uniform. I'm quite sure they play hard. Diggs out, Deuce. When Deuce get hurt, when Deuce come over his injury, they need to put Deuce in there. That's the only chance I think they really got. With the breakaway speed.
I told the Cowboys fans, I said, when Trevor Diggs went out, I said, y'all defense is going to be impacted. Now, one man ain't going to do this. I'm talking about argue with him. One man ain't going to do this. Look at your defense before he went out. Look at the defense now. What's the difference? He's out of there. You cannot expect the captain of the defense in that secondary, if he steps out, and they say, well, next man up. The next man, if the next man was better than him, he'd be playing.
Right.
So that's some players, it's just like Tom Brady. That's some players you can't replace. You can say next man up all you want. Michael Jordan, next man up. The next man can't be better than Michael Jordan. Because if he were, he'd have been in the game in front of him. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a player can get, Kobe Bryant, you can't replace him. LeBron, you can't replace. Anthony Davis, I want to replace.
Yeah, you need to replace.
I need to get him cut to something. But there's some players you can't replace. And you can't replace the one that calls the defense in the secondary. Because look at them now. Players running wide open. Can't tackle. Now, tackling ain't got nothing to do with that. You supposed to be able to tackle, man.
Right, that's the first thing you learn. As a DB, you got to tackle. You got to tackle. Your job is to cover. Cover. Like a blanket on the bed, cover.
Something that LSU can't do right now.
LSU couldn't cover a blanket on the bed. They couldn't do that. But Dallas
is worse.
They just can't. They just ain't gonna win over there in that division. As long as Philadelphia over there,
I agree.
And they ain't gonna win. And then the other team's gonna start stepping up too. But every year, Stephen A. Smith, he be right on the money. He know what they're gonna do. Because they've been doing it since '96. They build up hope in you, and you cheering for them, and you get on the edge of your seat. Matt want to buy a plane ticket to Texas. And I told him, I said, look here, man, you better hold on to your money, man. Because
He did tell me that.
Yeah, I know he told you that. I know he told you that. Yeah, I know he told you that. And you should have told him the same thing. Hold on to your money, man. Because you're not going to Super Bowl, man.
No,
he's not going.
Hey, once again, it's another edition of the Heart and Soul in Sports and the books. We be back next week, same time, same place. We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna have some more hot takes. But hey, that's how it was. These times fly by. And remember, if you don't have heart and soul and you ain't in sports, you eat the 2 fingers. See you next week. Tony.
Henry Smith. Peace out.
Oh, before we go, this man walked in and said, "This is the longest walk I've ever had."
It's the longest walk I ever had in my life.
Oh,
Just to do this podcast after LSU lost.
I know, it was rough. But hey, we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace out.